What's going on, Big Brother Canada fans? My name is Chris and welcome to the screen. This Big Brother Canada Season 4 Episode 6 recap brought to you by Morty's TV. Head on over to mortystv.com/bbcanada for live feed updates, and there's a chat room where you can chat it up with all the other Big Brother Canada fans. Alright everyone, if you saw Thursday's episode, you would have known that Loveita won HOH, and I was super excited in my recap because I knew she was going to go after Jared and Kelsey. I mean, who wouldn't, right? So I had a feeling, this week was going to be super exciting, and, well, let's get to the episode. So, like I said, the episode begins with Loveita winning HOH, and Jared and Kelsey scared for their lives, right? Makes sense. Kelsey says, what are the odds she would win? I mean, what do you mean? Like, I know there's a lot of house guests in the house right now, but she did win the first HOH, and it wasn't a fluke. Like, it was one of those, like, mini endurance challenges, whatever, you can call it an endurance challenge, and she stayed up there with Jared, and she won because Jared just said, oh, keep me safe, and then he went and he just fell down so that she could win. But she didn't win it by fluke. It's not like everyone just, like, slipped because they didn't want to win and whatnot. Like, I'd say about half the house guests actually wanted to win that first HOH. But Loveita's a strong competitor, so, I mean, the odds are pretty high that she would win again. Apparently before the eviction, Kelsey told Jared to take out Shari first, and Jared wasn't happy. He wanted Loveita gone. And apparently Cassandra was the reason Loveita stayed because she campaigned for her. But I didn't see anything in the previous episodes, and in today's episode they didn't even show her campaigning for Loveita. So I don't know if you guys read the live feeds, or you watch live feeds, or you've been watching Big Brother After Dark, but let me know if Cassandra did do anything, because I haven't seen anything. And then now we see Maddie. Apparently Maddie says that, I forgot who she was talking to, but she's like, I think she was talking to Christine. She tells Christine that Loveita didn't deserve to win HOH. I thought Maddie and Loveita were working together. Or was that just when Shari was in the house, and now that Shari's gone, Maddie says, forget Loveita? I'm not entirely sure. But who does feel safe this week? Like 100% safe are the brothers. So it looks like they're probably just going to kick back and chill this entire week. Now Jared is telling Kelsey and Raul to relax and be nice the entire week. And then Kelsey said that she wanted Shari gone. Yeah, I told you about 2 minutes ago that it showed in the episode itself evidence that Kelsey said she wanted Shari gone at eviction. And now she's telling Raul and Jared that she wanted Shari gone. Jared's kind of like, what? What are you talking about? And Kelsey just kind of goes on and on and on. And she says it again. She's like, I told you guys I should have voted out Loveita. And Jared literally got up. He was like, I can't do this anymore. And he actually just got up and left. I mean, good for him. Why would you listen to her after, like, saying things like that? It just makes no sense. Now we see Jared talking to Loveita. Jared, just basically says that there's no point for Loveita to nominate him because it's just going to be this giant circle. They're just going to keep going after each other. Something's going to come up, and then that person's going to stay, and then that person's going to win HOH. It's just this giant circle. And they're both competitors, and they should just trust each other and work together, but that's going to take some time. But it's kind of hard for Loveita to trust Jared because Jared's got batshit crazy Kelsey next to him, and Jared's just not going to be, you know what, like, I really want Kelsey gone because I feel like she's holding Jared back, and Jared could be really good at this game if his judgment wasn't clouded by Kelsey. Now, Loveita's worried about Cassandra because when Loveita won HOH, Cassandra said, that dumb bitch won HOH again. And Loveita actually heard her say that. She was saying that to Kelsey. And I can understand Cassandra. Like, Cassandra's that type of girl. Like, she would totally be friends with Kelsey. And when you see those kind of girls, like, you can kind of tell that kind of style, that kind of personality. And either Cassandra's trying to be really cool in front of Kelsey, or, that's just how she talks and in front of Kelsey. But Loveita obviously took offense to that, as she should, because Loveita is not that type of girl. That's not her personality. So when someone is being called a dumbass bitch, then, you're going to take offense to that. So she talks to Cassandra, and she's like, she was straight up with Cassandra and said, look, I heard what you said. And Cassandra was like, well, I'm sorry, but that's just who I am. That's how I talk. I didn't mean to be offensive. I didn't mean to offend you. And Cassandra and Loveita was like, okay, I just want to make sure that, we're cool, and, you're not gunning after me, and if you win HOH that you're going to nominate me. And she was like, Cassandra was like, no way. And Cassandra obviously, like, Loveita leaves the room. Cassandra's doing one of those, like, oh, she's crazy kind of things. But, Loveita has every right to question it, because, if you don't really know that person, you're going to find it offensive, regardless. Now, Loveita is talking to Tim, and she says that she wants to make a big move. Tim said that Loveita needs to go after two obvious alliances right now, which is Raul, Kelsey, and Jared. And then, apparently, this other alliance is Maddie and Dallas. Tim says to pick a side and then just go after those two people from the same side, because then you'll piss off less people, which makes total sense. Now we hear Big Brother call Joel into the have-not room. So he heads there, and it's our first look at Marsha the Moose this season. Marsha gives Joel a challenge to ask Cassandra out on a date, and then ask Loveita for her HOH room to have the date. So Joel asks Cassandra, and she says yes. I mean, why not? I mean, Joel could go ask Kelsey probably, and as big of a bitch she is, she'd probably say yes, because what else are they going to do in the house? It's just entertainment. Let's go have a little chit-chat. It's not like, if we have a date in the house that we're going to be, as soon as we're out of the Big Brother house, we're going to continue this, relationship or whatnot. It's just for fun and shits and giggles, I guess. And then Joel asks Loveita for the HOH room, and she obviously says yes, of course. So then we see Joel getting ready, and, he's got his tie on, and he's looking all preppy and nice, and he's got his hair, like, a little slicked back and whatnot. But poor guy, so he has to go check in with Marsha the Moose, and Marsha says that he needs to break up with Cassandra mid-date. Oh, God. So, anyway, Joel and Cassandra, they're having dinner, and then Joel starts to get really awkward and silent. Cassandra starts asking him questions like, what's going on, why are you quiet, and all that. And Joel says that he's just not vibing the moment, and so he leaves the HOH room, and then he goes and talks to other house guests, and they're all like, dude, what's going on? Like, go hang out with Cassandra. And he's just like, he's putting on this whole act with the house guests, like, oh, this is my first time, I'm just, it's kind of weird, I'm not feeling it, blah, blah, blah. So then he comes back, and Cassandra's like, hey, what's going on, right? And he's like, you know what, like, I'm sorry, it's me. And then she's just like, okay, well, if you need, and he tells her that he needs more time, and she's just like, okay, sure. And then she just heads downstairs, and apparently that's the breakup. So he dumped Cassandra, and the challenge is good to go, and obviously, guess what the house guests get? A party. So it's one of those, like, it was a Toastmaster party, and everyone's toasting away and drinking and boozing it up and whatnot. And there was some little food, some snacks. Anyway, I was going to leave this next part out, but I figured you guys would want to know that Phil has feelings for Nikki. Don't know if that was important or not, but that's some piece of information that you guys wouldn't have had for me if it wasn't for me, if you didn't watch the episode. So there's that. Hopefully, I'd love to see them, like Nikki. To me, they're just two different people. Nikki's so crazy and wild and fun, but I find Phil to be kind of gives me this kind of shy vibe, and I just like to see him come out of his comfort zone a little bit. Now Loveita and Ramsey are talking about who to put up. Loveita asks Ramsey who he's gunning for, and he says Cassandra and Kelsey. Kelsey makes sense, but why do people think Cassandra's a threat? I mean, she's just a floater. Just take her all the way to the end if you want to win guaranteed money. Anyway, Big Brother calls the house guests into the living room. I don't know how many, like, this is the second time where, we actually hear Big Brother calling people somewhere. Like I said, Big Brother called Joel into the living room, or into the have-not room, sorry. And then now Big Brother called all the house guests into the living room. So they need to spruce up these episodes, right? Like, we want that drama, we need that drama. But it's just two people broke the have-not rules last week, and that was Cassandra and Joel. And the funny thing is Cassandra, she asked for a little bit. Tim said it was natural yogurt, and she's like, "Oh, give me some." Literally, she doesn't even take a bite. It's almost like a lick of the yogurt, and bam, she got caught. Nick had something in his mouth. I don't know. I think it was chocolate or something, or strawberry, and then he just popped it in Joel's mouth. So they will be the only have-nots this week. Now it looks like there's one last-ditch effort by Jared before Loveita's nominations. Loveita says she wants to make a deal. She asks for safety till jury, and then asks Jared to go get Raul and Kelsey. So Loveita cuts the deal with them. They shake hands. I really can't believe this. I don't know how you trust them. I don't care if you shake hands or whatnot. I don't know how you can trust those two. You can maybe trust Jared when Kelsey's out of the house, but oh boy, I think Loveita just made a very big mistake. And I'm upset because now all that drama that I thought was going to happen this week, and I thought Jared and Kelsey were going to go up and things like that, it doesn't look so good right now. Kelsey goes to Cassandra after this deal is made, and to complain about Loveita, about how Loveita always just takes in terms of information, and she never gives out anything because she doesn't really have anyone in the house. She doesn't really know what's really going on. And I kind of get it, but at the same time, Kelsey should be thankful that she's safe this week. She was petrified when Loveita won HOH. So all of a sudden, Loveita cuts a deal with you, and it's realistically, she could just be nice this 1 week and just turn her back on Loveita. I just don't understand why she had to go complain to Cassandra. And then what I don't understand is why Cassandra didn't go to Loveita and tell her what Kelsey just said. It was the perfect opportunity. I don't understand. If Cassandra is working with Loveita, or she said that she wouldn't put Loveita up if she won HOH, why not build that relationship or that friendship and tell her what Kelsey just told you, so that Loveita can just be like, wow, I just made a deal with her and she's already talking behind my back, I'm going to put her ass up. Just a huge missed opportunity there by Cassandra. Now, before the nominations, Loveita tells Mitch about the deal, but she still doesn't trust Kelsey. Yeah, no shit. And then Mitch asks who Loveita thinks would put her up, and it doesn't even take her a second to respond, and she says Kelsey. And Mitch is just like, well, then you gotta put Kelsey up. So what does Loveita do at the nomination ceremony? We see her pacing back and forth. She's taking forever to make up her mind. She's actually in the room dragging the pictures into the nomination section of that digital board, and she still can't decide who to actually nominate. And then finally we see it. She's in the living room and she puts up freaking Christine and Cassandra. I just don't understand. Whatever. I really don't get it. I'm honestly hoping that Kelsey just does something so stupid in the next couple days and says it, or says something so stupid to Loveita, right in front of Loveita's face, that Loveita just backdoors her. I mean, that would be the only thing that saves this week. At the end of the episode, Christine says that, this is kind of funny, that she's going to make life a living hell for Loveita. She's going to win POV, she's going to win HOH, and then she's going to send Loveita home. I mean, yeah, okay, Christine, I think you got lucky winning POV, and just because you won the POV shouldn't mean that you're all high and mighty about yourself. But that was a good laugh, and that was pretty good to end the episode. So that's your episode 6 recap, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to come back and check out my episode 7 recap in a few days, Wednesday to be exact. Make sure to follow me on SoundCloud, subscribe on YouTube, and head over to www.screenthis.ca for my site. There's a lot more action on there. There's a lot more. You'll find all the links to Big Brother Canada, and I also do MasterChef Canada, and I even got advanced screening to movies, how to win those contests. So yeah, lots going on that website, so check it out, screenthis.ca. Until next time, I'm Chris, and I'm out.